Good evening, everyone, and welcome to an in-person concert. We are so excited. Yes. My name is Nicole Brookins. I'm the interim principal of Twin Towers. I am joined by Mr. Merritt, one of our deans, Miss Minton, who's waving in the back, and also our interim assistant superintendent, Miss Adoma, who's also waving to us in the back. I have Miss Garcia here, who is going to provide translation.
Buenas noches para todos. Queremos darle la gracia por venir por primera vez después de 2 años a compartir con nuestros niños y a disfrutar el show que ellos van a hacer. Queremos presentarle a la principal de la escuela, la señora Brookins. También tenemos al dean de estudiantes, Mr. Merritt. Tenemos allá atrás a la segunda dean de estudiantes, Miss Nicole Minton, y a la superintendente intern, Mrs. Adoma.
Please sit back, enjoy the wonderful concert, and I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Hellickson. Thank you very much.
Queremos que disfruten el show y que disfruten el show de los niños. Siéntense para atrás y relájense.
Thank you so much. So I've had the pleasure of working with your children for the last, about 6-7 months now. And I have really enjoyed seeing the progress. We actually giggled today because I reminded them that the first time I brought my hands down for us to play together, not a single sound came out of anyone. So when I think about where we've progressed to now, I'm just so unbelievably proud of where we've come from and where we are. I'm also just very excited for these kids because they've worked so hard. And today was their first day getting to play on this stage. So they've only ever quite literally played on the stage once, and now they're performing for you. So I just think that's unbelievable that we've been able to accomplish that. So that first piece that we played was actually called American Folk Trilogy. It was 3 pieces compiled into one. So it was a pretty fun tune for us to learn. I think the whole band would agree that this next one is definitely more of a fan favorite. Quite literally, they don't need me for this one. There's a couple times where I've left to go grab my music, and I've come back and they've already played through the entire thing by themselves. So I think you will hear how prepared they are. So this is our second and final piece that the 6th grade band will be performing. It's called Mechanical Monsters. Thank you so much. That concludes the portion for 6th grade band. Please just give us a brief moment to transition. I'm going to have the students just take a seat while we listen to our concert band, which will be conducted and performed by Miss Smith.
much. We appreciate you coming out tonight for our concert band performance. Like Mrs. Hellickson said, it is such a joy to be back on stage with all these musicians. They've worked so hard over these last 6 months since this group has been together as a band, but the 8th graders have been working with me for a year and a half, and they have been so patient and so dedicated to continuing to improve, whether we were online or hybrid. They were so cooperative. They did anything and everything I asked. It was a joy to work with them. So I'm so excited they get to play for you tonight. That piece was Falcon Fanfare. If you're following along in our program, we're going to save Dancing Kites for our June concert, and then that gives us a nice animal theme tonight, because we will jump straight into Dragon Lord. The Dragon Lord has a whole story that goes with it. Our composer has a whole idea about a Dragon Lord that rules over a mythical kingdom. So I won't give too much away, but this piece shows the Dragon Lord, and we are fortunate to have the help of Mrs. Julie Busing, our French teacher here, to help us out with a special sound effect. So we thank her for that tonight. I do have one important recognition to give this evening. We have several honor band opportunities. We are fortunate enough in our county and New York State to have those. There is the New York State Band Directors Association NYSBTA Honor Band that is a statewide honor band. Approximately 100 middle schoolers were selected for that based upon their NISMO scores last spring. And we were proud to have one of our own clarinetists, Thomas Reed, make that band, as well as OCMA All-County this spring. So we are very proud of him, and we hope you enjoy our final piece, Dragon Lord. And that completes us already for this evening. We look forward to seeing you in June. Thank you so much.
The Field Right Now concert we on? Yes. Thank you so much. You all have such wonderful children, and they're so fun, and we have just had the best time this year. Singing in person, singing through a computer screen is not fun. It's not fun for any of us. And to finally be back live, seeing an audience in here, it's just wonderful. So thank you for having such great kids, and thank you for bringing music back. So similar to Mrs. Mita was talking about the orchestra kids who made All County, we also have some chorus kids who were selected for the elementary OCMEA All County, so I'd like to recognize them. So we'll give a little wave when I call their names. There are 6 of them. Akari Asan unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight, but hey, Akari. Mackenzie Douay. Mateo Lepore. Who else is here? Olivia Reiser. Yes. Denise Frederick. And Jamie Rendon Zenteno. So they, at the end of April, will join other students for other 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. We almost said 7th and 8th graders from around the county for the elementary festival. We are going to close our section of the program off. Thank you so much for coming before we make the transition to 7th and 8th grade with a childhood favorite of mine. So thank you again. Thank you so much. A little bit of Shakespearean English to remind us to seize the day. I chose this piece. Our eighth graders wave, we're sixth graders. The last time we had our March concert ready to go. And here they are, they're ready to leave me, I'm very sad. And our first song, Sisi Kushangilia, the translation Sisi Ngoma, is We Will Dance, Sisi Kuimba, We Will Sing, and Sisi Kushangilia, We Will Be Glad. I would be remiss if I did not also recognize, just like we have elementary all county for the sixth graders, seventh and eighth graders participate in junior high all county. It's a lot more difficult once they hit seventh grade in chorus, because in sixth grade, I'm allowed to choose. In seventh and eighth grade, they have to audition for judges. And this year, get ready for it, 13 of these children were accepted. Yay. 13 of them, which is almost my record, almost. But I very much brag about these Twin Towers chorus kids because we always have a great showing in the county at all county. So when I call their names, I'm gonna wave. Please cheer for your children and other people's children. Ashton Allen, Eric Blanco, who unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight, Devin Coleman, Johnny Hopper, Caitlin McDonald, Ethan Nash, Kenneth Newsom, Serenity Robinson, Jackie Robles, Kervin Tima, Madison Westbury, and Isabella Zeledon Suriel. No, yes, that was only 12. We did have another student who auditioned. She takes part in my extracurricular ensemble because she just does so much during the day. She also made orchestra and had to choose because unfortunately they can't do both. So I'm sorry I just stole Mrs. Mita's thunder, but Eliana Decker. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to finish out with our final piece, and then I'll pass it off to Mrs. Mita and our 7th grade orchestra.
There we go. Thank you so much. How exciting was that? Live music on the Twin Towers stage, first time in 26 months. Sorry, we just have to really celebrate that. Also, the last time these guys performed, they had only been playing for about a year and a half. And here they are. Hopefully you can hear the difference. I'm so proud of them, and I'm not even their regular teacher. So unfortunately, Ms. Mars couldn't join us tonight because she is very sick. But I am thankful that I'm able to be here and that they are willing to let me make music with them. So thank you so much for coming out. That was a piece called Appalachian Hymn. Before we move on, I need to recognize 3 musicians in this orchestra. They put themselves out there and auditioned for the OCMA Elementary All-County Festival. So it's musicians from around Orange County in 5th and 6th grade. They play a very challenging piece of music and go and get scored by a judge, a professional musician. And the students with the highest scores get to participate in, it's the end of April, they get to participate all in one orchestra from around the county. So we had 3 cello players that were accepted. Dean Lucas. Raja Pierre. And Max Rodriguez, and he's gonna be really mad that I didn't say his full name. But I don't want to ruin it. I'm sorry. All right, we have one final piece for you tonight called Legend of Dark Mountain. This is the 7th grade orchestra. I am so proud of them. So proud. Yeah, you can clap for them again. Clap for them all you want. I hope, since orchestra, like what came to your living rooms last year, I hope you can hear the difference, the growth. I cannot believe like these are the same people who started in my class in September. They have worked so incredibly hard and put up with me every day, which is quite remarkable, some of them twice a day. I do need to recognize 3 of them very specifically. So just like Mrs. Lucas was talking about, we got to audition for the Junior High All-County Festival, and these 7th graders competed against 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. And this year was quite competitive, and my high schoolers can tell everybody I'm not lying. They cut down the size of the high school orchestra. So most 9th graders who auditioned in October for high school, because of the age, didn't often make it. And then they were good enough to be in high school, but they competed at the junior high level, because when you're in 9th grade, you get to do both. So these guys competed against some of the top, I mean, it was one of the most competitive all counties I've seen. And I'm super proud of Samira Ross. You can stand up, you can stand up. And Alana Frith. And Kenneth Newsom, who's gonna sing in chorus. Okay, I'm done embarrassing you. They had no idea I was going to do that, but they should know better. And with the exception of Kenneth, they will all be participating in the All-County Orchestra in the very beginning of May. Kenneth is going to sing. It's okay. It's okay. Absolutely okay. We have a final piece. I told them I cannot bear but make a pun. Our last piece is called A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman. And I told them, and I'm not lying, that when we picked this piece, I had a dream that we were going to play it on stage. And so my million dreams came true. So hopefully you enjoy it. bear with us while we have a quick set change, and I invite the 8th grade orchestra up on the stage, finally. So I say it was finally 8th grade orchestra. I feel like we've been through a journey together. And these guys are just phenomenal. Like to the point that like they made sure I looked good when I came on stage. They made sure I was put together. So I can't thank you enough for all of your children, but like, for being here tonight. It's amazing to be back on stage, live music, and we're almost done with our first concert. I mean, I'm sad, but also thrilled. We almost did a full concert. We got one piece left. Incredible. So before I go, though, we have to recognize our 8th graders who were accepted into junior high all-county. So we have 4 violins who were accepted into junior high all-county, and hopefully they'll stand up and play along with my game. Juliana Sanchez Lutima. Yes, they deserve a round of applause. Eliana Decker. Camila Romero. And Reina Torres. They don't like that, but I make them. They worked so hard. We had several students. They competed. They put themselves out there. It was. It's a scary process. You walk into a room by yourself, with a professional musician writing things down about you. So just auditioning is like something to be accredited for. The last piece that you heard was called Aatishbazi. It is, I know we're a little late, but it is a celebration of lights during the Diwali celebration. I purchased it to play with this group, and we were going to play it. So I'm sorry we're a little dated with that. The last piece we're going to play, Miss Mars actually programmed for them to play in June when they were in 6th grade. So the concert that they never got to prepare for, I promised them, actually, I've been promising Sarah since last year that we would play Night Shift. So I promised them that we would get to play this piece that they had started to work on but never got to perform. So our final piece is long overdue, but it is Night Shift. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. That concludes our March concert. I appreciate it. Get home safe. Stay safe in the snow tomorrow. Can you believe it's going to snow? But it didn't snow tonight. That's what matters. If you could just give orchestra students a chance to put away their instruments, they can come back and meet you here. Chorus students, you can probably reunite with your families. Thank you so much. Have an excellent Friday night.